WSFA 12 News reporter Bethany Davis is live at the Edmund Pettus Bridge in Selma. And Bethany, this is a major anniversary to mark a very important event.
Yeah, you know, it is a sacred memory from 60 years ago when more than 500 protesters marched for their right to vote. And at the top of this bridge, we met about 50 state troopers who brutally beat them when they refused to turn around. This is Lydia Chapman, who's with the Selma Center for Nonviolence, and has had a hand in planning a number of the events planned for this weekend. This year seems especially poignant as we recognize the 60th anniversary of what happened here of Bloody Sunday. And it seems as though the plans for this weekend are really resonating with that poignancy.
Absolutely. You know, this is actually the 33rd year of the Bridge Crossing Jubilee, but the 60th year since many of the foot soldiers that we will celebrate over the weekend walked across the bridge hoping to kneel and pray and march forward to Montgomery seeking the right to vote, and were, like you said, met with the largest and most brutal incident of televised police brutality, I think, in our history up until we saw George Floyd. It prompted the signing of the Voting Rights Act in August of 1965. And so we're grateful for all of the foot soldiers who have laid the foundation and who have just really tried their very best to allow us to take on the mantle as we continue to move generations forward.
It seems as though this year there's a real emphasis on young people, on getting young people involved, on helping them understand exactly what happened here and why it happened 60 years ago. Why is there such an emphasis this year?
Well, there's a saying that if we don't talk about and understand and embrace our history, we are doomed to repeat it. And so we don't want the next generation to have to face the battles that are still being faced by black people and brown people in this country. We see policies changing every single day in this country that are impacting black, brown people, women, right? Things that seem, we thought were second nature in America, the freest country in the world, are being questioned now. And it's so important that our young people be exposed to the information so that they can make better choices when it comes to going to the polls to vote.
The Bridge Crossing Jubilee weekend all culminates with a reenactment of that walk across this Edmund Pettus Bridge right here. This year, a real sense of unity as we make a few changes to the plan.
Yes, the sense of unity means that we are starting at 12. So the march typically has started at 2, but that is also because we have tried to make sure that those church congregations that gather and meet beyond, the 1 o'clock hour are able to participate. But we have faith in politics that came to the table after over a decade of doing a separate march on Saturday. We're delighted that they have agreed to and are participating in one march. So a unified march that will start on the Selma side of the Edmund Pettus Bridge at 12 o'clock noon. And so we're looking forward to having the pre-march rally at the steps of the Brown Chapel AME Church for those folks who want to do the entire route. And then for people who want to just line up and participate from at 12 o'clock, we are welcoming. We have 2 holding areas on each side of Broad Street, and we'll start those areas moving at 12. And by the time the folks get around the corner from Brown Chapel, we'll be able to just keep moving and have waves of people cross over the bridge and have a post-march rally that will feature speakers like Jasmine Crockett and many, many others.
Always an impressive sight to see that crowd as it crosses over the bridge to commemorate that 60th anniversary this year. We wanted to mention, too, we'll point out that in 1965, those protesters did finish that walk from Selma to Montgomery about 2 weeks later. And that will also be reenacted this year in the days to follow the commemoration walk on Sunday.
All right, Bethany, thank you. Great information there. We have a complete list and the schedule of everything going on this weekend on our website. You can find all the events and times by going to WSFA.com.